Video, I will be discussing the 2022 House elections. So without further ado, let's get right into today's prediction. But first, please follow election predictions and the analysis on Twitter. You can see I already have tweeted a few times. So let's get started. Now I don't think there's much to talk about in Alabama or Alaska, so we can get right into the state of Arizona. As you can see right now, this was, I believe, the map I generated previously, with the Democrats losing these two seats, which have been drawn more Republican. The only change I want to make is that Greg Stanton, I do believe, will win by a lean margin, not a likely margin. Going to the state of California here, we do have a lot of districts I want to talk about. You can see all these shades of lean and tilt, the Republican and Democrat. Let's start with Josh Harder's district, and he's running for a second. I believe this is his second term, but I think he's running for a third term. I think that's going to remain like this. I think the 13th will be open. I do think the Democrats have a lean there, so they're probably going to win that seat. David Valadao, I also think, would end up winning I guess his first term, his second term, and I do think that Mike Garcia will win re-election. Looking at the LA areas, I'm going to go down to LA here. Wait for a second. We can go to Los Angeles right now. You can see that there's really two very competitive districts. I think the 45th, Michelle Steele should be able to win, and the 47th, I do agree that Kim Potter will win. Will lose re-election very narrowly. Going to the Colorado map, I think that this is actually a pretty solid prediction. The 7th district, I've been going around for lean and tilt. I honestly see tilt as Biden's approval rating has continuously dropped. Going to the state of Connecticut here, I think I mostly agree with my characterization, though I do believe the 2nd district will be more competitive. Going to the state of Florida here, we don't have any results here. That's a state I would otherwise talk about. Georgia, I don't think there's much to talk about there. Hawaii, we do have some things to talk about in Illinois. I did think that Sherry Bustos, who's not going to run for re-election, her district will go lean Republican. I stand by that. The 13th district, I could see the Republicans actually flipping this up, retaining this seat. It was actually previously a Republican seat. It has been drawn more Democratic. I'd say I could leave it as a toss-up. I'd give it to the Democrats. And I think this is, generally speaking, pretty good. Going to the state of Iowa here, that's one of the other states I want to talk about. Cindy Axine probably won't win re-election. Going to Kansas here, Shireen Davids, her seat, I believe, has become much more Republican here. Look at the old map. It was, wait for this to load. For the old map, I believe it was the Democrat seat. It was a D+4 seat. Right now, it's a R+3 seat. So I do think she'll lose re-election. Kentucky, though, I think nothing will change. Going to the state of Maine. It's probably not going to be a likely margin. That's probably not very true. I think lead is better for the state of Maine. Maryland, their map just got struck down. Michigan, and there's a couple things in Michigan. Michigan's 10th probably probably goes likely Republican. I do think that the district here where Andy Levin and Haley Stevens, they have been drawn together in the same district. I do think this district will be likely for the Democrats here, not safe. But otherwise, I think this is relatively solid. Going to the state of Michigan here on this level. Michigan, this is Michigan. I'm still waiting for this map to load here. Alright, so it looks like that the only district that I'm not following its partisan lean is the 3rd district. I think Peter Major should very narrowly win re-election, though I do believe it will actually be a tilt margin given. Although the national environment not so good for the Democrats here, this is a district in which Biden will have won by a likely margin, so I think almost 10 points here. So, again, it's a district that Biden did pretty well in, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Going to the state of Minnesota here, mostly agreed with my previous characterization. I do believe Andrea Craig should be should lose re-election. I would not be surprised if she won, but she will probably lose re-election. Montana, I do want to briefly talk about the first district in a competitive environment. This district, in a much more Democratic environment, this district could flip, but I just don't see it flipping. Going to Nebraska, I think Don Bacon should have no problem winning re-election. Nevada, we have 3 of the 4 seats actually being kind of competitive. I do think that this is a fairly good representation. Stephen Hosford should be able to win re-election. I think Susie Lee, it should be tilt, not lean. But I think the most, solid Republican flip is going to be Neil Titch's going to probably lose re-election. I still don't have New Hampshire yet. We do, however, have New Jersey. New Jersey, I mainly agree with my old characterization. In fact, I think I 100% agree. Oh, okay, whatever. I actually 100% agree with this. New Mexico, the 3rd district probably leans Democrat, not tilts. That's honestly not a great characterization. New York. Here, first of all, in the upstate, there's, New York has been drawn much more Democratic in terms of its representation. The 9th district and the 18th district, both held by the current Democratic incumbents. Both of these districts will actually be competitive. Actually, very competitive, but what I'm considering is that this year is not going to be that good for Democrats, but also these 2 incumbents have shown me that they do have a good ability of winning re-election. So I do think that both of these incumbents will end up winning re-election. Going to down here. Going down to the New York City area, we have actually, I believe, 2 flips here. We have 3 flips, one of them being the 22nd district, which was previously actually a Democratic leaning district, though John Katko had no problem winning re-election. John Katko has retired, so yeah. I mean, he's not running for re-election, he's not retired. And we have Lee Zeldin and Nicholas Matowski, both of them in very solid, pretty solidly Democratic districts, though I do believe both of them will win. Lee Zeldin is running for governor, so that makes district possibly tilt Democrat, but I'll give it to Republican. Nicholas Matowski, she is in a D+7 district, so it's going to be tilt, not lean. Otherwise, though, I have no problem with this map. North Carolina, we do have this map much more favorable to the Democrats. Biden would have won the 13th and all of these blue districts. Trump would have carried the rest. But I don't think the 13th is going to flip. The 6th district with Kathy Mannings, she should be able to win re-election, though her district is actually much more competitive. The 1st district, J.K. Butterfield, running for a 10th term, previously retired, now seeing his district being, back to what it was. If we look at North Carolina, there was actually a previous map that ended up failing in the, state Supreme Court, which would have made J.K. Butterfield's district just D+1. Compared to D+7, it's only D+5 now, but it's still much easier for him to win re-election. A couple points matters a lot in competitive elections. Ohio here, people expected this map to be stricken down. It didn't end up doing so. It looks like this map will retain, though it is probably still in litigation. Let me see the status here. Ohio. It should be in litigation. Oh, it's actually approved. Interesting. So, it's approved. It looks like it does give the Democrats a pretty bad map here. Steve Chabot, though, this is the only district with a Democrat partisan lead. Biden, I'm not sure if he won the 13th. I think he it will be a very competitive district using prior to 2020 data here. We do have Steve Chabot, who is in a D+3 district. That being said, he is more electable. I think he will win in 2022. He will lose in 2024. That's my take on this. I think Marcy Capel is going to lose. And then we have Tim Ryan drawn into a very Republican district. Now, he is not running for that district anyways. We go to the state of Oregon. Here in Oregon, 3 semi-competitive districts. I think both Democratic incumbents should hold on. Though Peter DeFazio, it's his 18th term already, he'll not be running for re-election, though his district is solid enough for me to say that it's gonna go to the Democrats. The 6th district, the open seat, gonna go, I don't really know at this point. It could go either way. Oh, oops. I actually did a detailed video on Pennsylvania. So yeah, this is how it looks. It looks like there's 6 blue districts. 6 blue districts. These 6 districts are all going to be pretty solid for the Democrats. We have these 3 border districts. The 1st district, Brian Fitzpatrick, he is a very strong incumbent, going to win re-election. Susan Wild, a Democrat here, is in a very competitive district. It looks, I believe so. Actually, super competitive. I believe it. The partisan lead on FiveThirtyEight is even. Yeah, in the old map, I think it was even. Oh, wait, what? No, I think my computer lagged. Alright. Yeah, it was even. And Matt Cartwright was in a R+9 district. Matt Cartwright is actually slightly better off, though he should lose re-election, though probably by a lead margin. He is a pretty good candidate. Going to Pennsylvania, Susan Wild probably going to lose. Carl Lamb is running for United States Senate. So, again, he's not going to be able to win re-election if he's running for Senate. Now, the next state I'm going to talk about, skipping a few states that are important, is the state of Texas. Texas right now, we have the border, which is really the only competitive area. We need to have one more district that is still considered competitive if we're talking about presidential level. Being 24th district, it was a D+, it was R+12 district, but for Donald Trump in 2020, but it's not going to be competitive on the House level. We go to full sides here. I think the 23rd shall go to Tony Gonzalez. I think 15th is probably going to be lean, not likely. I think likely. Maybe overestimation. Actually, you know what? I'll rotate it. It's about 5-6%, so it should be likely. The 20th district, and Henry Kuehler is actually going to a runoff in the Texas race. He ended up, I made a video on the Texas coverage. Do you end up watching that? If you did not know what happened there, but basically what it is that he fell below 50%. Under 50%, you go to a runoff. So now he may not even be the Democratic nominee. But anyways, that's beside the point. Truth is, the 28th district primary is making sure that this district will actually go to the Republicans, which is quite interesting. Go to Virginia here. I don't have much to debate here. And there's 2 competitive districts, the 7th and the 2nd. Emily Lurie is in a much more Republican district. Going to the state of Virginia. Let me see. So Virginia, she's in a much more Republican district from R+2 to R+6. That is quite dramatic in my opinion. So, especially in close elections, however, Abigail Spanberger is more well off. It was previously R+6 district, or R+5, forgive me, but it's now a D+2 district. But I'm not sure why I put Jennifer Wexton as safe blue. That's honestly not a good characterization. I'm conflicting of putting it as likely blue or lean blue. I think we all know Jennifer Wexton's going to win re-election, but she is in a 4-point more Republican district, which is quite interesting. In my opinion, I do put it as a lean blue given the national environment. But yeah, it could easily be likely blue. Washington, there's one competitive district, honestly. In the 8th, I do put as being Republican because it's only an even personally, and that's not good for the Democrats. Go to Wisconsin here. I stand by with this characterization. Brian Steele in the first district, I believe, going to the state of Wisconsin here. It is in litigation. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, his district is 8 points more Democrat, but I still think he's going to win re-election. Not by a lean margin, by a likely margin. Forgive me for that. But yeah, the 3rd district is a district that currently Ron Kind holds, but he will not be running for re-election, and therefore will go to the Republicans. Anyways, thanks for watching today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to look at the final results, is this 175 for the Democrats, and 208 for the Republicans. There's 52 remaining seats. Republicans really just need 10, and they'll definitely get that in Louisiana, Florida, and Missouri. Those 3 states will definitely give them a ton of seats. The ending result for the entire House, though, let me see. So, I think it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 235 to 200 for the Republicans. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Bye!